Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Aditya and in this video we'll be learning about loops. So if you have seen my previous video, we have learned about if else and else if statements, and those also come under conditional statements, and this also is a conditional statement loop. So now let's discuss what exactly is this a loop. So a loop is nothing but a block of code which executes until a certain condition is false. So it continuously goes on executing. So let's have a small example to understand this more clearly. Suppose you want to print 5 names of your friends in the JavaScript using console.log. So you can write 5 console.log name, console.log name 2. So like that you can write till 5. What if you have some 100 friends and you want to print their names? That wouldn't be possible. It would break your fingers while typing. So that's a lot of code, and that wouldn't even make much sense to write that much code just for printing. So for solving that problem, we have loops. So loop will execute all that console.log until you reach your friend's numbers limit, or the last element, last friend's name. Till then it will just go on printing all the names. So this is how loops work. Now we'll be discussing about there are two kinds of loops, that is mainly for loop and then while loop, and in them also in for loop we have different kinds like for off, for in, and in while, do while. So we'll be discussing mainly for loop and while loop in this video, but as time comes, when we talk about like arrays and objects, that time we'll be learning about for in, for off, these types of things, these types of loops, which will be very useful. So without wasting any time, let's get onto the screen and check out how these loops work. So guys, right now we are on the screen and I have opened my folder REPL, and I'm just gonna I have created a new REPL called loops, and we'll just open that. So it's taking some time to load, yeah, and it's ready right now. So first we'll be talking about for loops. So let us declare a variable called let name equals we'll write Kumar, Kumar, Kumar. So now let us make a loop which prints Kumar for 10 times. So it's just a simple basic things, guys. If you're if you're coming from different background, this might be very simple. So loops, the syntax is very similar to C++ and Java. The statements how you write in for loop, basic for loop. There are other kind of loops also like for in, which is similar to Python for loop, and there are for off, and then do while and while are almost same. So now let's make the basic for loop. So first it will have a variable. So let I. So usually you use variable called I, and then you keep a semicolon. So you must not use commas or it will show an error. Use always semicolon. And then the second would be the condition. So if you have seen my previous video, we have used conditions and if else block. Same that condition. So now I less than or equal to 10. Now we must if we write like this and run the program, it will run forever and ever and ever, because nothing is happening. It will be always 10. The I is always less than 10. So it will always remain like that, and it will run for infinity. We do not want to run it for infinity all the time. So we want to break it at that number 10. So we must increment it by 1. So this I++ is equal to I plus 1. It is almost the same. So I++ is equal to just I plus 1. So the current value of I and plus 1. So this is very similar to in C++. We use for loops, and C also, C++, Java. So they are this kind loops. So now let's write console.log, and then we'll write name. Now let's run this program. So as you can see, it is printed Kumar 10 times. Now to know that it is we'll just check the variable I. So now let's write I and run this. So as you can see, we have got Kumar 1, Kumar 2, Kumar 3. So it is incrementing the I. So what is happening is that we are declaring a variable I. It is checking if it is true or not, this condition, this I is less than or equal to true. So it is first checking that true, and if it is true, it is coming and printing console.log name. So when it is printing, again it's coming back here, it is again checking, after printing this it will increment the value. So here we have given, right, it will increment the value by 1. So after incrementing the value by 1, then again it will come back and check the condition. Again it will print, check, increment, check condition, print, increment, check condition, print. So like that it will just work continuously loop until the condition becomes false. So if it goes like 11, so after incrementing it will again check the condition, right? So if it is 11, then it will stop. So that is how we use for loops. So while is also very similar. So in while we just give one condition, only condition, it won't take like increment or anything. So for, let me just create a variable called let I outside, let I is equal to kind of 1, and now let me give I is greater than 0. Now we'll print console.log and we'll print hello. So we have printed hello. Now if we run this, it will run for infinity actually. So as you can see, it is running on continuously. Now I must click the stop button to stop it. So this becomes very, means it is running for infinity. The condition is not being changed. The value of I is always 1 and it is always greater for infinite time. So what we'll do is decrementing. So we have done previously incrementing. Now this is called as decrementing. So we are reducing the value. So now let's run the program. So there's some kind of error, maybe. Just a minute, guys. So run. So I'll just clear all this thing. I think because of that it is not running. So let's run this. So as you can see here, we got hello. So actually it is even printing the I value. So nothing, it won't be actually printed, it is just showing for us our reference like it is 1, so I value. So there's nothing much like that. So now this is about while loops. We even have like do while, so which is also very similar, but it will run a little bit late, I mean. So we'll be covering all these like for in, for off and do while, but when time comes, like when we come into arrays and objects, that time we can understand those loops very easily. When I introduce you right now, it might be a little bit difficult to get it on, means it will be very hard to understand what is it telling, like looping through array or what objects, I don't know what are those. So for that's why I just kept this so short, means like only doing 2 loops. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel and like this video and comment down below if you have any questions. So thanks for watching and see you in the next video.